What's up guys, and good morning. We're getting a really early start on things today. Normally we don't get the camera out this early, but I wanted to start off this video by letting you guys know today's video is sponsored by Smile Direct Club. If you guys remember a few months ago, I started my journey with Smile Direct Club, and I've been wearing these aligners every night when I sleep, and I'm lucky because I have a program where I only have to wear them at night. Needless to say, this program has been flawless. They're slowly and safely sliding my teeth into proper alignment, little bits at a time while I sleep. Now, the really cool thing about Smile Direct Club is every 60 days I actually get to meet with a dentist, and I get to kind of check on my progress and see how things are going and kind of take advice from them, and it's really awesome because I don't actually have to go into a dentist. I can just do everything virtually, but I still get all the benefits of correcting my smile, and I get professional help along the way. So if you're like me and you've always been a little self-conscious of your smile, or maybe you have a tooth that's not quite in line with the rest of them, Smile Direct Club makes it super easy to go ahead and get the smile that you've always wanted. So if you want to see why Smile Direct Club is the smarter choice to straighten your teeth, go to SmileDirectClub.com, or you can click the link in our description. I wanted to say thanks again to Smile Direct Club for sponsoring today's video. Now I'm gonna get up and we're gonna get started for the day. We had quite the night last night. If you guys didn't catch our last episode, me, Allie, and Leo, and Lika and Frank all loaded into the 4Runner yesterday. We headed all the way out into the desert in southern Utah, where it was about to be about as warm as anywhere in the state, and it still got down close to freezing. Leo was probably the warmest out of anybody, and the dogs were happy. We had fun. Now the sun is about to come up. The temperature should start rising any minute now. We're gonna make some breakfast. We're gonna hang out a little bit. Let's take you inside and see how these guys are doing. How you doing?
Oh, good. We made it.
We made it.
We're gonna have coffee and everything's gonna be wonderful.
We might be having a nap after coffee, but we're doing pretty good. I don't think either of us got as much sleep as we were hoping for, so we're both a little bit tired and a little bit cold, but I guess now that Lika's out of the tent, it's time to go make coffee. You know, I'd love to have like a permanently mounted solar panel, and maybe we'll get something that goes on top of the roof nest or something like that can be wired down into the Goal Zero to charge it from the sun. But we have this little Goal Zero Boulder 100, and there's the sun. It's almost here. We could be harnessing energy any minute. All right. Now we're talking. So obviously these solar panels are not in the best location or the best orientation in relation to where the sun is coming from, but a little bit of energy is better than no energy. So we've got those set up. I'm making coffee right now. Allie's gonna be getting up in a minute. The dogs are out having a blast in the desert. Today's gonna be a good day.
This time I am pretty sure. Moments passing away I've never seen before.
Coffee always tastes better when you have to work hard for it. When you like walk down into your kitchen, and you just like make a cup of coffee, it's like, yeah, it's coffee, it's good, it's great, I'm having a great time. When you're like camping and it takes like all this energy and time and effort to make coffee, by the time you get it, it's just like, oh, it's like this precious nectar of the gods. Okay.
Look at you! Do you think there's a chance for this love to be real? I'll let you take the wheel. From now on. From now on.
Cheers. Thank you for breakfast.
A nice, delicious morning mountain breakfast.
Mountain-made mornings.
Mountain-made mornings.
It's interesting because we've done a lot of van life travel and camping, and we've done like actual camping with tents on the ground, but overlanding specifically is where you have like all of your stuff with you on your car for the most part.
One thing that I'm really excited about is that we can use a ton of the electricity from the Goal Zero, and we can cook with it and like use it to make coffee and like drain that battery like significantly. And then once we start the 4Runner and start driving, even without a solar panel, the 4Runner will charge the Gold Zero like throughout the day, basically back to 100%. So we don't have to worry about like running out of electricity or running out of propane. We really just got to worry about running out of gas. And we have a couple of gas cans on the back, and the 4Runner is actually really efficient, especially if you're not like going on the highway. Now that the sun is getting a little bit higher in the sky, the temperature is really coming up, and I'm excited about that. I think the dogs have been having a lot of fun just roaming around with all the different scents. We're gonna break down the roof nest, get everything loaded into the 4Runner, and we're hitting the trail, baby.
Is that your mushroom? Yeah. How's it coming in here?
I'm just getting dressed.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
Good. Leo is nice and content. He ate, he's clean and dry and changed and warm. He's playing with his little mushroom in his car seat, getting ready for us to pack our stuff and get out of here. The dogs are already very well exercised and super happy to just be able to roam around. And it's warming up, which is honestly what I'm the most excited about, because it was definitely chilly. Not chillier than we expected, we were prepared for it, but it's just so nice to feel that sun and to know that it's only gonna get warmer and warmer as the day goes on. There's these really cool off-road trails that are well marked, they're rated with difficulty levels, they're really safe, they're pretty well trafficked, and Trent is gonna teach me how to drive them. I'm really excited. The 4Runner is super capable, and it's one of the things that I was really excited about when we got this car originally, is that we can kit it out so that it's still a daily driver, but then when we wanna go on big camping trips, we can like put everything in it that we need, and at the end of the weekend, we can basically just take all that gear right back out.
And also, I feel like we may need to reiterate, everything that we're doing is safe and calculated, and if there is ever any concern or risk of something dangerous happening, Allie, the dogs, and Leo will all get out of the vehicle and I will drive it myself. But 9 times out of 10 on any of these trails, it's extremely safe and very calculated. So don't be concerned and think that we're being reckless and dangerous, because this is something that I'm very confident in, and I'm not gonna do anything to put my family at risk. It's a lot like traveling through South America and Central America when we didn't download offline maps. And so we would be in these places where we're like, I think this is where we're supposed to go. I think that's the way, and there's no signs and there's nothing telling you which way you're going. It's similar to what we're doing right now, except for we're just in the middle of the desert in southern Utah, which can feel as remote as Central and South America, but at least everybody that we run into speaks English and would probably help us if we needed.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You want to try and keep it at slow enough of a pace that you're not hopping or bouncing around, that you're just kind of like slowly rolling the tires over like the rocks and the undulations.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
She's learning already. Lika and I are having a good time riding together, is that right, Lika? Frank's in the back just chilling. He's like not amused by this. Lika is kind of like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? I want to stick my head outside and see. Huh. Look at, a good girl. Crushed it. How you feeling?
It's scary, but it's fun. And you're right, as long as it's calculated, it's like we're going 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like you could walk so much faster than this.
It's pretty easy to determine where there's spots where you can tip over,
yeah,
or where you might tip over.
Yeah.
So. And
it's a pretty well trafficked trail. So there's black like tire marks where you should go.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's good.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy because if you haven't done a lot of like off-roading or rock crawling, when you get on a incline or a side hill that like tilts you more than like 5 degrees, which is like not even anywhere near tipping over, you immediately feel like, oh my gosh, we're gonna tip over, because like in a car, you never feel those types of angles. But it takes some pretty big angles for a vehicle to actually tip over, and until you've tipped over or been close to tipping over, you don't really know those limits. So for a lot of people, when they see, you know, the 4Runner like on a little bit of a slope, they might think, oh my gosh, it's gonna tip over, but it's very, very far from tipping over, promise. All right, we have stopped on the trail. We are having a little bit of a trail lunch. We're getting Leo out so that he can eat and hang out outside the car seat for a little while. I would say I've only been on the trail for maybe like an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, it's true.
We're going there, if you can see the little trail in the distance and like kind of the peach colored rocks off in the distance. We got the solar panel set up out here, charging the battery bank right now while we have a little bit of lunch and Leo eats up. So I think we're probably just gonna kick it here for a little bit and eat some snacks, and then we'll hit the trail again.
When was the last time you washed your hands?
When we finished the house. Doesn't matter if I wash my hands because I keep sticking my hands in this garbage bag and there's poop in there.
There is poop in there. We take our trash pretty seriously when we go out into the wilderness. Pack it in, pack it out, and an easy way to do that is, what is this called? The trasharoo?
Yeah, it's a kangaroo.
It's cool. It's like a Joey pouch for all your trash. And it just hangs on the back of our extra tire carrier. And that's where we've been putting dog poop, dirty diapers, food wrappers, you name it, just so that we don't leave any trace.
And I know it doesn't look like it, but yesterday it was brand new in the package. Yeah. Now it looks 1,000 years old, and like you could tear it. It's so dry and gross. I remember seeing these on the back of people's like tires, and it was just like, ew, look at that grody bag. It looks so terrible, and like they look as bad as ours does right now. So one trip out into the desert, and it looks 1,000,000 years old.
But super, super functional. Highly recommend.
Like you said, pack it in, pack it out, and for us, that includes our human waste, because we have a dog that likes to dig up human waste and eat it. So
Frank,
we dispose of it properly.
Thank you.
There you go.
Speaking of poop, I'll take that lunch.
Oh.
We took an extended lunch break. No cell phone service, no one around, nothing even happened. But these seemingly unimportant moments together are what fill up my heart.
Leo, yeah. Hi. Yeah, that's right. Uh-huh. Yes. Oh. Okay. Okay. Lunch break success. I'm feeling very much rejuvenated. We are almost halfway through this trail. We're going to get back on the road and hope for some smooth sailing. All right. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is we've had some poop your pants moments, but nothing too serious, and Trent has done an incredible job of driving, so I feel pretty safe overall. The bad news is this is taking a little bit longer than we expected. Leo is done. The dogs are done, and we don't know how far we are from the exit.
Well, there was basically this like trail guide that I was reading that said the end of this trail ends at this off-highway vehicle area known as Sand Mountain, and it's this area that's like a bunch of sand dunes that are out here. It's really cool. Well, one, the trail ended a while ago, but I can see these other trails that lead us up here. So I'm on our way up here to the actual sand dunes themselves, which is cool, but one, I don't know if we can cross the sand dunes without getting stuck. Two, I don't know if we can actually exit the sand dunes on the other side, and it'll take us hours to go back the way we came. So we're exploring this direction to see if we can get out this way. Really hoping that we can. This is terrifying!
Wow. All right, so we just decided to go for it. We cannot turn around. There's just no way we could do that trail going backwards without it taking 10 hours. It would be really steep and difficult going that direction. And we're in the middle of sand dunes, and we are not an ATV. We are not equipped to drive in sand. We flew up the drone to try to like see what's around here, like where the best tracks are. And Trent has decided as long as we're going downhill, oh no, we should be okay.
Dude, we're doing it. Sometimes if you stop right here and then you try to get going again, you'll peel out and then you're stuck on the top.
All right.
But I think we're almost across them, dude.
I think that's out.
So this looks a little less sandy over here, and these guys are all like on top of this big pedestal. Oh, there's 4 Jeeps!
Oh, good.
Let's follow the Jeeps.
Good. Really? Follow the Jeeps?
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
I bet they're trying to get out of here too.
No, they're here on purpose. We're not here on purpose.
At least we know if we follow them, we can probably do all the things that they're doing. We're not following an ATV.
No, go to the trailhead. Let's get out of here.
Well, that's a cliff. The out of here is that way.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. This whole ridge right here like, looks down on the valley that we camped in.
All right.
If it wasn't so scary, this would be a lot of fun. We weren't worried about being trapped here when the sun goes down.
So I guess the moral of the story here is maybe I should double check Trent's maps next time before we decide to do a trail.
Don't listen to your husband.
Hey, chill. We're not here to have fun. Trent.
Oh no.
What?
They're rendezvousing. We can't rendezvous with them.
I will go out there and talk to them. I will rendezvous.
That's a bad idea. They might be like, "Who's this
Why are
crazy-
men always so against
who's this
asking for
crazy
directions?
lady?"
I have no problem being that person.
Thanks, guys.
All right, go.
They were
Keep
like,
up with
this
them.
guy's girlfriend's probably gonna ask us for directions. Let's get out of here.
I'm just so thankful we found a couple of Jeeps to follow because most of the people around here are on 4-wheelers or ATVs that are way more capable than our car. So following them could lead us into danger. Let's just put it that way. So we're following this trail of Jeeps. We're trying to just blend in with them and hope that they are taking us back to civilization.
I blame the internet.
You blame the internet?
I just trusted the wrong people.
Look at this! Oh, look at all these Jeeps in a line.
I'm ready for no
Should we get in line with them?
Should I pull up next to him and say, hey, thanks for leading us out? And we're stuck. Oh, look.
What?
Toyotas.
Oh, there's camping.
That's where we should be. Oh,
What, you're just gonna abandon your Jeep friends like that?
Yeah,
No
thanks. See you
loyalty.
later. Well, that was quite the day. We had a really exciting time actually escaping the sand dunes. Following those Jeeps made it reassuring that we were probably heading the right way, and this driving on the sand is like really smooth and a lot of fun. Honestly, I had an absolute blast on the trail and at the sand dunes, but the sand dunes are actually up on top of this ridge here. So after we got down on the other side, we jumped on the highway, came back to this BLM area where it's a lot of like off-highway vehicle type stuff and a lot of camping and just kind of, you know, BLM land type of things. So now we've got the roof nest set up, and roof nest actually has this awning. It's like an annex awning thing that attaches to the roof nest. And I'm gonna try and set it up right now. It's supposed to be pretty cool and easy to set up, and I'm gonna give it a go. All right, well, I tried my best, and the instructions for this annex don't really match the annex that I have. So I don't know if they've like changed it, but there's like talking about Velcro pieces that aren't even on my attachment or anything like that. And it literally looks like a circus from out of town that you don't really want to go inside. So let me just start off by saying, I know it doesn't look like much on the outside. In fact, we just talked about how you wouldn't want to go inside this tent because it looked so hideous. But this right here is amazing. It's total access up to the roof nest. Even if it's raining or windy or super sunny, you can lift up this flap so you have access to your back door here. And we have a little play place in here. Well, right now it's just a blanket, but it's a place for Leo to hang out on the ground. Are you having a good time? You're just having so much fun? Yeah. And then I can just throw a little camp chair right here, crack open a beer, and hang out in the shade, because, you know, us gingers, we gotta stay out of the sun as much as we can.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find.
Just got done wrapping up dinner. Got a little fire going over here. Leo's having his first camping chair seat. He's zonked.
Little polar bear.
Yeah.
Desert baby. It all worked out, safe and sound. We made it through, and we had a little extra adventure along the way.
Oh, we've got probably another hour or so of sitting around this campfire and keeping warm. So we're gonna hang out here. Leo's gonna hang out there. We'll pick you guys up in a little bit.
Heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
All right, I know I promised I was gonna pick you guys up a little bit later, and time has gotten away from us. The fire has gone out. Leo is in his Where the Wild Things Are outfit, and he is shooting Z's. He's snoozing. I think it's been quite the day.
Hey, I'm ready for bed.
I think we're gonna hit the sack. We'll see you guys in the morning.
A place to settle down. No reasons left to find. One day I'll change your mind.
What's up, guys? Good morning. It is a little bit foggy in here because I don't know, because it was cold last night. It's actually not that cold this morning.
Yeah, it's nice. I could keep sleeping.
Yeah, me too. Also, you know, since daylight savings recently, I feel like it's earlier than it is. It's like 9 a.m., but it feels like 8, so. Anyway,
That's how that works.
Yeah, I definitely slept 10 times better last night than I did 2 nights ago. I'm gonna try and get this lens cleaned up, and we're gonna go make some coffee. Yeah, I do have to say that having the Gold Zero, the Yeti, and being able to like just hook up an electric kettle and heat up water super quick is an absolute lifesaver. Because normally right now, it's really cold. You'd have to like fill up a pot, put it on the stove, and like wait for that to boil until the water's hot. And like, since it's so cold, it takes even longer. But this thing normally boils water in like 90 seconds or something. And even when it's really cold, it maybe takes like 2 or 3 minutes. So it's really nice. You can pour that into your French press and you're ready to go in just a few minutes. Everybody's got coffee, everybody's happy.
I'll let you go, just need some time.
There you are, my dear.
I love you.
I love you. Good morning. The dogs are just enjoying hanging out in the desert. It's a nice morning. This might not look like the breakfast of champions, but I can assure you that these couple pieces of bacon, couple eggs, and some cheese is going to get us in the nutritional needs that we need this morning to hit the road. Are you ready for breakfast?
Yes, sir.
All right. Gotta get it while it's hot, because it's probably gonna start cooling down very rapidly.
Yummy.
Are you ready to start eating eggs?
Ooh, any day now.
No? Yeah? You just want to drool?
Not today, though.
Attaboy.
Okay.
Does this just look like the cutest little baby that just had his first camping trip ever? Did you just have your first camping trip ever? Are you also drooling everywhere? I don't even have a towel for you. Oh no.
Camping with a baby is harder than we're used to, but it's not impossible. And honestly, the most complicated thing so far has been trying to keep all of my pumping parts and bottles clean and sanitized. You have to use water, obviously, to wash everything, and it really should be hot water, and it just takes so much time, so much longer than it would in a house. Hard, but it's not impossible. So I am washing pumping parts for the 15th time on this trip, and we're learning how to conserve a ton of water, doing it very, very efficiently. If it wasn't so cold and my hands weren't freezing, it really wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, if it was super hot and we were miserable, you'd be able to just put like a pot of water in the sun and it would be hot, and then you could just like sanitize everything with hot water from the sun. But unfortunately it's a little bit cold, and so we have to like heat up the water and then like sanitize them.
That's just what happens when you're camping, overlanding, or even in a van. Everything just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's something that I do remember about when we were living in the van versus when we like started living at my mom's house and we weren't in the van anymore. It was like, wow, like everything isn't this huge production. It doesn't take, 2 hours to like make and eat dinner. You can eat dinner in like 30 minutes and throw things like in the dishwasher or, in the sink. Being able to just walk over and turn on the sink means you don't have to search for water. You don't have to be as conservative with water, and like that just gives you so much more time. And it's like the same thing with, overlanding or living, out of a vehicle. Is like there's just all these things that don't take you any time when you live in a house, and it takes so much of your time. There's this big production to make food or to clean dishes or things like that.
It just makes you appreciate all those little things and being able to turn on water whenever you need it.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely don't take any of it for granted when you're camping.
All right, we've got the roof nest taken down. I did get the annex taken down, and I wanted to film it, but I just kind of started tackling the task and it took me a while. But I finally got it back in the bag, which I'm really happy because nowadays tents pretty much always go back in the bag. I feel like 20 years ago, any tent that you could buy, you would try to put it back in the bag and it was like factory folded and compressed to fit in that bag, and it would never go back in the bag.
20 years ago, you were a kid and didn't know how to fold and compact things, and now you're like a meticulous folder and packer. And
it might be both, but it's not just that. Anyway, we are just doing the last couple dishes. We're gonna throw them back into our container, stick it back in the 4Runner, and we're hitting the trail on the way out of here. Lika, are you ready to go?
all right, we've been driving for a few hours. We're almost home, and this just goes to show how crazy the weather is in Utah, but also how beautifully varied it is. Just a couple hours south of here, it was 60 degrees, super hot, dry, sunny, and like a desert climate. And we come back home to not just snow and cold, but it is actively snowing. We're kind of slipping all over the place. Hopefully we can get home safely, but it really just makes you appreciate a couple days of warmth in the sun, because I did not expect to come home to a blizzard.
Yeah, who knows what our roads are gonna be like. It is a little sad to go from like, ooh, I was getting a sunburn yesterday, to like, oh, where's my heavy coat?
Yeah.
You know? Wish us luck that our canyon isn't too snowed in.
Oh, we are sliding. Oh no. I don't know how she's gonna get back out of that driveway.
Yep.
Aw, everyone's so helpful.
He's making sure that we're okay.
I know, what a nice friend.
She just took that turn a little bit too wide and her back tire was kind of like up against the snowbank, and there's just no way she was gonna like chew through that snowbank to get through there. So we just gave her a little tug and now she's freed. There's nothing, actually the only thing that's worse than being stuck in your driveway and not being able to get in or out is being stuck in the middle of nowhere and not being able to get in or out.
Oh,
so.
I think your driveway is way better.
Yeah, I mean it definitely is. That's
Way better.
just being stuck is a terrible thing. That's why I like to stop and help people, because I've been stuck a lot and it's absolutely terrible. So I like to help people when they're stuck.
Okay, dogs. Yeah. Yay, we made it. We made it.
Well,
That was fun.
that was quite the adventure, a fun trip, a cold weekend to come home to, but we've got more adventures in store. Maybe not next time, but in a few videos.
Did you have
We're going
fun?
somewhere else really fun.
Look at the baby.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Hello.
Surprised eyes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Bubba. We're home.
All right, well, we had a lot of fun hanging out in the desert, going four-wheeling, getting stuck at the dunes and escaping. I think Leo had fun and the dogs did too.
2 dogs and a baby. We made it.
Full challenge.
But you know what? 10 out of 10 would recommend. Put yourself in a bit of an uncomfortable situation with high expectations, be a little bit over-prepared, and I can honestly say I'm excited to go camping again.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up today. Consider subscribing to our channel if you guys haven't already.
Thanks again to Smile Direct Club for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
Thanks for following along, guys. We love you so much.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios.
We wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.